You're listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. Each week, your host, Polly Requa, interviews veterinarians and individuals in the pet industry from across the nation answering pet questions. Bark and Wag podcast is produced weekly for your enjoyment, and show notes can be found at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. That's BARKNWAG.com. Please remember to subscribe to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. Bark and Wag is dedicated to protecting our dogs through advocacy, education, and supporting like-minded dog lovers by selling custom pet products. Bark and Wag is excited to announce our new partnership with a Colorado hemp farm to produce a line of CBD products for your pets. Bark and Wag has CBD pet tincture available in 300, 750, 1200, and 2400 milligrams. Bark and Wag CBD is pet safe, no THC, it's made in the USA, and is CO2 extracted. Please check out Bark and Wag's website, barkandwag.com. That is BARK, to see our line of CBD and awesome merchandise. We love pooch ideas for podcasts and merchandise, so anytime send an email to Polly at barkandwag.com with your suggestions.
Welcome to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. I'm your host, Polly Requa. Today we're talking to Cindy Myers, animal listener and intuitive coach. Welcome, Cindy.
Hi, Polly.
Well, thank you for coming back on the podcast. And all of the listeners just love to know what's going on with your webinars and events you have going on. So what is going on for October?
Okay, I have another webinar coming up October 23rd, Animals and Emotions. And during that one, at the end, I do some demonstration readings on your pets. And I always ask people to send their pictures, and I'll share your pet's picture on my computer so everybody can see it. And so I do as many as I have time for during the webinar. So that is October 23rd. And I don't do a lot of personal in-person events, but on November 9th, I'm flying to the Chicago area and participating in the All Souls retreat going to be held at Lake Geneva Resort in Wisconsin. And that'll be a lot of fun. There'll be a number of us different intuitives working with folks and talking to you all.
And how did you get involved with the one in Lake Geneva?
It's being organized by Jennifer Weigel.
Okay.
And I participated with her a number of times in her I'm Spiritual Damn It series.
Yep.
And I've done a few podcasts with her as well. But I've done a number of in-person events with Jen during her conversations with Weigel.
Oh, great. And how do people connect with you for the webinar? Because that's such a great event for people.
Well, actually, both of them, you can get information. The October 23rd will be on my website, and I have a brand new website. You can still use the old website, the old domain name, beananimallistener.com, but it's all pointing to a brand new one called yourenergyhealer.com, because I work with both humans and animals, and people didn't realize that I worked with humans because of the animal listener part. So I've created a brand new website, and it's a little bit easier to maneuver around in, so I encourage people to go check it out and see what's the new information on it.
And so what time is the webinar?
That is 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. It'll be a Wednesday.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for being on the podcast, and we look forward to having you back.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our web address, www.barkandwag.com, to your friends and other pet owners. Have a pressing question for a veterinarian? Ask your question at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. This has been a KFR production. Join us next time for another edition of Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk.